What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless with another episode on Feed the Beast Revelation. As you can see, I've been doing some work. I don't really understand completely why, but I am like super back into Minecraft again. So whenever I've had a minute, I've basically been playing on here. I know some of you are probably wondering why I'm not putting out more like Space Engineers and all that kind of stuff. It's essentially just because of progress. I normally do Space Engineers and all those when I'm intending to record. Like, I don't do a lot off camera, and then I go, okay, let's start recording. So in light of all the stuff going on in the personal side of things with the dog and all that kind of stuff, I haven't really sat down and planned on recording much. I've just kind of been recording like this kind of stuff when I have a minute. And so usually I've made more progress on stuff like this because it's kind of what I'm into on my off time at the moment. So, and I wanted to also point out, there's still the potential stuff for the job thing lined up that I'm working on. So I really don't know. I should know more this upcoming Monday, I think. I should know more on if that's going to keep kind of panning out and going forward or not. But, so, I'm not really, like, back to my regular schedule, which is why I wasn't really concerned about putting out regular stuff or doing a lot of Space Engineers, Elite Dangerous, that kind of thing, is because I'm not really considering being back to my regular recording stuff yet, so I'm kind of just throwing out whatever I happen to have gotten work done on and I have time to record and all that kind of stuff. So I really haven't been putting a lot of time into my recording stuff. It's been more spur of the moment. Just what I happen to be available to do, and right now, because I've been playing so much Minecraft in my off time, it's the thing I'm making the most progress on. So just a little PSA there, in case anyone was going, hey, this is another, like, 2 Minecraft episodes, and no Space Engineers, and no Elite, and all that. That's basically why. I do have a bit of a storage issue going on. I'm gonna have to probably look into, like, what's the name of it? Applied Energistics or something pretty soon, because I seem to be filling up chests like, whoa. Let's see. What was I even doing? Oh, I do think I have most of the lab done. At least built. Not like, not done. Before, I want to actually sleep, but I wanted to show this off too. I don't know, they haven't despawned yet. But I got the idea from watching Etho's old Let's Play, and I thought I would try it in modded and see if they would actually hold up. I don't know if even in regular vanilla Minecraft if they would hold up or not, but I made these glowing trees. You might be able to tell. So that's one, all of those, all of these, all the ones like that that have that glowing and aren't dark. I basically just dug 1 block down from the top and put a jack-o'-lantern. And they don't seem to be despawning. That was something that he mentioned in his Let's Play, but it was like probably years ago now. So even vanilla Minecraft, this may work now. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So I don't know if even in vanilla if this would work or not, but it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty neat. It gave a neat way to kind of light this area up a little bit. What's the actual light level? I don't know if I should go off of the sky block or because now the sun's coming up, so it's kind of screwing with it, but I don't know if the block light is more accurate or if I should be going off the sky block. I'm thinking the block because, let's see, let's get this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so this should be like 7-ish? Nope, 9. I've never understood light levels. So yeah, everybody, for the most part, either seem to not care or be okay with moving on from where we're at the moment, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm working on getting some specific bee types going here. I think I was using a common and a rocky to try and get it cultivated. I'm trying to produce more of the commons over here. And then, I don't think I actually need the steadfast for anything. I mean, it might make a heroic, I guess. But they only produce the cocoa combs, which aren't really that useful. But anyways, so there's that. I did change up my power setup a little bit here. You might notice the blocks and stuff have moved around a little bit. So we have this bioreactor here, which if I throw in seeds, and actually I can take these pumpkins and make pumpkin seeds. The pumpkin seeds work too. Rice is from a different mod, so I've been throwing those in there because I'm just making seed oil out of them for something. I don't know. Just to make use out of them. Oh, I can also put saplings in there. And yes, I did get a comment because I mentioned something about Mine Factory Reloaded. These are from Industrial Foregoing, and since my last episode, I did actually research it a little bit, as you can tell, because I have this set up now. And Industrial Foregoing kind of apparently replaced Mine Factory Reloaded. It has been a very long time since I've been in modded Minecraft, so I don't know what the new cool kids on the block are in terms of mods. Thermal expansion still seems to be going, which is cool. But Industrial Foregoing is essentially the spiritual successor to Mine Factory Reloaded, I guess, so that's why it has similar blocks like the bioreactor and blah blah blah. But basically, in a way, they're actually a little bit more controllable with all this kind of stuff too. You can control what sides things come out of, but you can pick them specifically, which is kind of neat. But basically, it works the same way as the old one. You put in more diverse items to increase efficiency over here, and ergo produce more biofuel. I think that's what this is. Yeah, biofuel per item. At the moment, we're putting out 90 millibuckets. And I did the math. I think it requires 2,000 per, whatchamacallit, per work, basically. It's the work energy buffer. So it's going to take one of these and make 90 millibuckets out of it. And if you do the math on how much this can give you in terms of power, actually, I don't even think you need to do the math. Let me see here. It's biofuel. Uses, and in a compression dynamo, 1,000 millibuckets is 500,000 RF. So just quick math, let's round up and say 100 millibuckets. You need 10 by 2,000, so it's like 20,000, I think, give or take. Rough math. If I'm wrong, you know, sue me. Please don't. But so with that, you're producing 500,000 out of 20,000, so it's definitely an improvement or a profit. So what I basically have set up now is we've got the culinary generator from last episode where we're putting rice and bread and stuff like that in. And then I gotta dig this out to show you guys what's going on here. I think I can safely go down another block. Yeah. Alright, and I'm just going to throw a jack-o'-lantern down for light because I don't do torches anymore. I'm kind of hooked on these jack-o'-lanterns. But basically, I just plugged this in because it needs water, and it happened to be right here, coincidentally. But this is where the this is where the magic happens. So this is the compression dynamo. So it needs a coolant, which we're using water, and a fuel, which we're using biofuel. We've got the thermodynamics fluid duct, and I put a servo on it so I didn't have to have a lever or something. And I disabled the redstone so it would just always work. So this is pulling out of the output tank down here for the biofuel. So this produces biofuel. It pulls it down into the compression dynamo. We're getting water from these two water sources in the aqueous accumulator. And that's going in that. Makes RF, goes into our battery cell, which I don't know that I actually showed this, but basically it comes out the back. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But in the back there, I've got all these machines hooked up to it. So that's basically how this works. And then because the latex one required water anyway, I just let this pipe tee off and it filled that up. So now I could basically just take a latex machine, whatever that one's called, and stick it in there. Or not stick it in there, but you could run the liquid latex into there, and it would just keep producing rubber, as you see there. So yeah, actually I read up on some of that stuff as well, that I'm planning on... Oops, that's supposed to be a jack-o'-lantern. I'm planning on not necessarily with the latex side of things, but I thought you actually had... I thought you actually had to place this... Actually, this is a good test. Let's test this out. Do you have anything in you? I don't really care. I'm going to lose that, but it's whatever. I'm impatient. So let's grab this rubber log. And I thought you had to put it next to a tree, but apparently you can actually place this guy down. And I'm a little annoyed. There's one thing, speaking of the mod being different, I am a little annoyed with this industrial foregoing so far. Because you can pick it up with a pickaxe, as the little tooltip says at the top. But you can't pick it up with a crescent hammer, from what I understand. I've tried, and it doesn't seem to work. And this was always the miracle tool in Feed the Bees for all your machine stuff. If I right-click it, it turns it. But if I shift-click it, it clicks into the block. It doesn't actually let me pick it up, and this just spins it around. So I'm a little annoyed at that, because that was always the way you picked up stuff and preserved inventories or tanks or energy in Mine Factory Reloaded and basically most everything except Industrial Craft. But now, the idea here is that we can place a log in front of it, and it does. It actually just, it breaks the block. So, in Industrial Foregoing, there is actually, if I remember the name, is this it? Yeah, a block placer. Now, I don't know if this requires power or not, but basically you can fill up its inventory and it just places a block. So I saw a setup online where they had a block placer here, and then they had a tree fluid extractor here, and they would just throw it down, and basically when this would break, the block placer would just place another one, and you could actually have a tree farm and go mine it all type of thing, and then just go place stuff in front of it. And I thought, well, that's different. So their setup was like, you know, you have a fluid extractor, but then you had a latex processor right here, and you would just pump it from one to the other. And I was like, that's way smarter than how I was doing it, which was just stick it in front of the tree. I was like, that makes so much more sense. You may have also noticed I expanded a bit. I was feeling a bit claustrophobic in here with the whole 2-block high ceiling. So I expanded this out a little bit, so we have a bit more breathing room. The room in here was already kind of this way, so I didn't have to do anything, but I also expanded the farm to be a 3-block high. It messed with my jack-o'-lanterns a little bit, because now you're seeing on the other side of the wall. But, you know, it's whatever. It feels a lot better, though. It feels way more breathable in here to me. So, yeah, basically, excuse me. Basically, we do wheat and wheat seed. The wheat becomes bread, goes in the culinary. The seed goes into the biofuel. If I'm not making jack-o'-lanterns, I can take pumpkin seed, put it in the biofuel. I can take saplings from the tree farm. That goes into the biofuel. The rice goes into the culinary generator. The only thing I haven't really had a use for is the rice seed, and that's just been making seed oil, which, as you can see, I don't really seem to have a use for yet. Let's go down here and check on the lab, because the lab's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. I like it being secret, but I probably should have some kind of indicator other than going down to 20. But I never get tired of this. I'm so proud of this. I'm usually terrible at redstone, and I'm really proud of myself that I figured out how to do all that. It occurs to me that this door is wrong. It's the only door I know of that you have to break with a pickaxe. Is it this way? Yeah, that's better. Okay. And I think I mentioned it to everybody last episode, but maybe not. No, I think I showed everybody. I did finally get this to break. I looked it up on Google, and according to a Reddit post, I think those blocks that, like, change like that they're not infinite, but it's something like, 200 block breaks you have to do before it'll actually break, and I was like, holy crap. So, as you can probably tell, maybe, if you're eagle-eyed, everything's basically in place here. The jack-o'-lanterns on the floor are not. The ceiling I'm working on, and the walls are good. And eventually this will probably be either some kind of modded light or glowstone or something like that. If you have ideas, let me know. I've had a terrible time with lights in this mod pack. I can't seem to find... maybe I should try lamp. Maybe that would work better. But, like, there's these lamps, but they seem kind of crazy. Like, okay, you need bone meal. I don't know how to get this stuff. Blue crystal shard comes from this, which it's like one of those loops. Apparently you can trade it with a villager, but where do I get this from? Generate naturally inside of lava cave or lush caves when broken. I don't even know what that is. So these actually addition lights, they look cool, but I have no idea how to make them. Like, we need black quartz, which I think I found some of. I think I ran across some of that. Oh, there's lamp controllers? See, I don't even know if, I don't know what all this crap is. I remember these, though, these dread lamps. I feel like I remember that. There's always redstone lamps. And this mod adds a lit one, which that would probably work. I'd need glowstone, but it would probably work. In terms of lights, there's still... I found something somewhere that was kind of like a lamp, but it was just like a square light. But anyways, there used to be a ton... In the other FTBs that I used to do, there used to be a ton of like different light mods and stuff, and I'm having trouble finding them. Is it this one or this one? Which way? Okay, it's supposed to go there. So yeah, oh, and I actually found silverfish in here of all places, so definitely modded. It definitely freaked me out. So I have to do the lights. I need to do the floor. But eventually I'll probably switch them to like lamps or industrial or something, so it looks more labby kind of thing. But yeah, the lab is actually labified. I left this open just because there's a whole bunch of ore down here in this cavern system. You can see it all over everywhere. So I didn't want to block it all off entirely. So that's why that's there, but it's kind of done. So yeah, let me actually work on the lab lighting a little bit here, and then I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, so I'm not quite done with the lab, but I think I'm about to be. I think I have enough. What I want to do first is I actually want to... I gotta figure out a way to make a bigger smeltery, actually, because this is not working. Can I do a... This says seared stone blocks. Let me just double check. So that's seared stone. Alright, we're gonna try this. Can I just dump that out there and actually make a block? Because that would be so much easier than trying to make the ingots. It looks like I do have enough. Now, is that one? Oh, cool. I do actually have enough. Boink. Now, this isn't bricks. That's pavers. How do I get to the bricks from here? Do I have to break them back down? Tool forge. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Oh, good. I can smelt them back down. Where's the bricks? Okay, so there's bricks. Seared paver. Ah, okay. Nope, give me that back. So, I can make pavers, and then that makes brick. Okay, gotcha. Cool. So that gives me 2 more. What do I actually need here? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12? If I'm doing the front, if I'm lowering it down 1. That's going to screw up my entire floor setup here. So maybe we won't do that right now. Let's actually do the Ardite, and we'll do 1 cobalt. If I did my math right, I might have to add more lava, but if I did my math right, that should give us 1 maniolium? Maniolian? I never can say that right. Because that's 1 cobalt and 1 ardite, I believe? Oh, it's not in the book. Hold on. Cobalt, I can get to it this way. Molten. Oh, it needs 2. Okay. So we should end up with a 1-to-1, actually. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, but you still need 2, apparently. So this should be 8... Oops, crap. Should be 8 ardite, and then 1 cobalt, but when I add this in, it should turn into 8 maniolian. That's only the cobalt I had. But I wanted to let that cook while I came down here, because I figured it was going to take it a minute. But I realized in my I was using the quartz from the nether to make the laboratory. All this laboratory block. It is... no, that's chiseling. Where's... Oh, it's... Okay, that one. So it's smooth stone, and 1 quartz gives you 8. So it's the equivalent amount of stone. So with that... I think I have enough jack-o'-lanterns now for this. But so with that... I had to use a lot of quartz. Not a lot, but I mean I had to use like 8 per stack of lab block. Alright, so I think the lab's done, actually. I love the shaders mod, but I do admit that the light gives off a bit of a yellow kind of hue in the shaders mod, where, or at least jack-o'-lantern light does. I don't know if you had white lamps if it would or not, but the regular just jack-o'-lantern light gives off kind of this white or yellow kind of thing. And it always looks a little bit darker, like this spot right here. I'm like, man, that's really dark, but on block level wise, it's 10. So there's nothing going to spawn there. So it's really kind of weird. Overall, I still like the shaders though. Somebody actually did a comment on my first video when I made the... I think I clicked that too much. I was thinking I screwed it up. But when I made the crack about I really like going outside now because it looks awesome. And somebody mentioned, you know, I feel that way too, except, oh, it did mix. How did that happen? Hold on. Okay, molten ardite. How do I have a block? A block should be 9. Oh, wait, you get double the ore. Oh, cool. I totally forgot about that. So, let's see if I can find the ore block in here. There it is. So we're actually getting 2 bars per ore. I totally forgot about that. So I should have 16 magnesium by the time I'm done. Ooh. Very nice. I'm very happy about this. I need to... I think I have enough power at this point. I really want it to rain, because I wanted to show you guys what the shaders look like when it rains. Wait, what? Active on... Oh, I have it turned off. Active on redstone signal. That should be... Yes, this thing eats power. But we're full there. That's full. This... Oh! Oh, another thing I found out. I will finish my thought in half a minute. I found out apples work in this too, so we can get apples from our tree farms. So we're totally, like, going green here and reusing all of our crap. The only thing I can't find a use for is the rice seed, and I'm making seed oil out of it. As soon as I find something to use the seed oil on. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to do was to make a slime block. How do I do that again? Or a slime gem. You have to melt down a mixture. Green slimy mud, which is sand, congealed green slime block, and dirt. I think I have one of those. Yeah. So I need 2 of those for what I'm planning, and I need 2 dirt then, and I'll need 2 sand. I should have sand on here somewhere. I said I should have sand around here. There it is. I knew I had some. Okay, and then we'll do this, we'll do this, and we'll do this. We should get 2 mud. And if we smelt that, we get 2 gems. Now, the gems can actually be used in a tool forge or a part table or something like that to make slimy parts, which surprisingly don't really have any cool traits. Like, it says something like it washes off easily or something weird. But the cool part about them is how much durability they have. I really like that about it. Let's add that. Yeah, buddy, look at all that, man. I'm so excited about that. Alright, I'll compare the stats real quick. We'll go over that real quick. So, Manioleon on the head part is really useful. It has 820 durability, the cobalt level. Mining speed is a smidge. Just a smidge slower than an obsidian, but you can see the durability is only 139, and the attack's only 4.2. The attack on this is 8.7. Oh, it has a different head trait. During combat, you deal more and more damage, but also consume more and more durability. Ooh, I didn't know that. The cold-blooded deal is increased damage to targets at full health. I didn't know it used more durability, though. That's interesting. Anyways, but the extra, or tool binding or whatever, really isn't all that useful. It's only a 50 durability, and it does have the cold-blooded, and the handle is 250 with cold-blooded, but it has a 0.5 modifier. So you're looking at, like, what, 125 on that part? Less if it's, or I mean, it'll be different if it modifies the whole thing, then you'd have to reduce this too, which would suck. So what I like to do, personally, is use wood handles, because although they only have a 25 durability, they have a 1 modifier, so you're not losing any durability. They also have ecological, which means renewable resources are so good they regenerate by themselves. So even without a moss thing, glowing moss, whatever, it still will regenerate over time. It's very slow, but it's nice. And then I like to use slime for the other thing, because slimy is like, it'll wash off. I don't really know what that means, but it has a 350 durability, which is really cool. For whatever reason, slimes have super high durability. So typically, what I like to do, where's my part table, is tool rod. So typically what I like to do is use wood for the handles, because then you get ecological. And then the binding pattern, I like to use slimes, because you just get a bunch of durability for virtually nothing. And then I'll need a sword and a pickaxe, and we can do our sword and our pickaxe, and then we can probably do a sharpening kit or two as well, though I'm going to throw moss on one of them. This will give us a really nice pick for the future. I have the obsidian one, which is fine, but this will just be that much better. And it's, yeah, I didn't actually plan on going to Maniolian this quick, but frankly, I just actually had the cobalt and the ardite from going to the nether and getting all the quartz that I needed for the lab, so it kind of just worked itself out that way. How much do we have left? Oh, we have a block. So let's do at least 2 sharpening kits, 1 for each tool. I think the pickaxe I'm gonna put... I ended up with 2 pickaxe castings too. I think the pickaxe I'm gonna do the moss on, because basically it's what I see using the most, and I'm gonna keep some of these other tools as backup stuff at this point. Like these guys, I'll probably carry these 2 picks since they're both the fastest. Oh, we need to assemble them now too. Alright, so tool forge. Let's go pickaxe. We'll go the head, the binding, and the... there we go. So we're at like a 1200 almost durability. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we're gonna make that. Let's switch over to... oh crap, I made another binding. I needed a wide guard. Pooh. Alright, well, let me fix that. Alrighty, so I went ahead and fixed that, so now we're looking at our new Maniolian broadsword with 1300 durability and a 10-point attack, which is just freaking awesome. I also made another little chest here for some of the Tinker's construct-based stuff and some spare tools, so if we ever died or something like that and I needed to get back, we could, you know, go back to the iron sword. Which has a 6... wow, that's so much lower. It's like 6 attack and 300 durability. This is so much better. And the iron pick and all that kind of stuff. But for now, I've got the obsidian one. And there's also this XP thing that they have now, which is interesting. Like, you can see I'm accustomed to this one. I'm not really sure how that affects your damage modifiers and all that kind of stuff. But it's interesting, because I need to look into that more. If you guys know about it, do let me know, because I'm kind of curious as to how all that factors into everything. Also, got to clean up some of this crap. I don't really need the lab blocks at the moment. Another weird thing that I just remembered is I carry this backpack around with me, but even equipped, you can see my frames go down so low, and I have no idea why. And when you open it up, actually, let me keep that open. We're still at like 18 FPS with this open, or with just holding it. But then as soon as I switch, bam, right back up to like 60. I don't know what that's about. I really don't. But it's really nice to have. I'm kind of carrying it around in my backpack because if I'm mining or something and it gets really full, it's nice to have. And this is actually super easy to make with the exception of the XP now. So you need basically mossy stone. Do I have enough vines? I don't remember if I have enough vines. Let me just go cut some more vines down because I don't even know if I have any. But basically, if you're wanting to make a moss ball thing of repair, I don't know what they're called anymore. Ball of moss. Seems easy enough. You need, well, you can go about however you want to make mossy cobble, but I mean vines is obviously the easiest. So we'll take that. We'll do 9 of these, and we'll make 9 mossy cobble. I don't know if I showed this or not before. If I do, just bear with me. The only thing they added now, which is a little bit of an extra step, is that you have to take the ball of moss and click on a bookshelf with 10 levels, as you can see there, and it turns into a mending ball of moss. Now, I think I need the tool forge still. Pretty sure. Now, when we go to the tool forge, where's my weapons? Let's do the pickaxe, actually. You can basically just place this anywhere, and it'll add mending, which means if you pick up XP, it'll randomly just pick between any of the tools that have that on it. So if I did 3 tools, it'll basically just kind of randomly decide which one gets the XP orb, or if none of them get it, and you just actually get your XP filled up. And that determines how they mend. But like I said, it's really nice to have the mending moss and then the wooden tool rod, because then the ecological kicks in and it'll heal itself anyway. So it's kind of cool. It still hasn't rained yet. I really wanted to show everybody the rain. I know I'm missing something, like I started talking about something and then we never went back and finished that topic. So you guys will have to let me know what that was, because I totally don't remember now. But yeah, so we've upped our power game. Our power is a little more stabilized. We got our farm a little less claustrophobic. The lab is done. I think next episode I'll probably start working on some of this DNA stuff and the sequencers. I'm a little confused because there's Benny's genetics, the raw DNA, and then there's liquid DNA from Gendustry. And I was like, I thought Gendustry was the original one, but I can't. Oh yeah, mutagen producer, mutatron. Okay, industrial and genetic imprinter, sampler, advanced. I think these are all the same ones that I remember using before. But I don't know. The Benny's one actually looks a little more interesting to me because, for one thing, the recipes are a lot less confusing. Is it Benny's? What is it? Benny's genetics? Yeah. Okay, that's close enough. So we have... No, I think these are the old... These are the right-looking blocks. Gene pool, incubator... Yeah. This is the one I was looking for. I don't know what the other one is. Analyzer, lab stand, inoculator. I don't remember what the first one actually is. I'll have to go back and get used to this again. I think it's the analyzer, maybe. But they've changed a bunch of this stuff. Like, to make raw DNA, you need a bee. But then you need, like, an enzyme and some kind of either ethanol or... Oh, man. I don't remember how they were doing all this stuff. They have bacteria now, which is made from wheat, which is growth medium, which is water, and it's crazy, crazy stuff. But we're going to have to work on a couple of things. One, power, because I got to get power down to the lab and get a more sustainable setup than I mean, this is sustainable, but it's not really, like, automated. I'm looking into tree resin as a way to do it, because I saw a video on that. So let me know what you guys think. I don't really want to do solar panels. I want to keep this a little bit more different than I usually do. So I think we're going to work on that. But we did the lab, we did the power, we got some better tools, which is always a good thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, I don't really know how... I don't have a plan or a schedule right now for my uploads, and right now I don't know. I'm just playing this off camera a lot, so I've been doing more episodes on this than the Space Engineers and stuff that I haven't really been playing. Hopefully I'll know a bit more Monday, and we'll probably post a video or something talking about schedule changes. But in the meantime, I was trying to keep this episode short. It's a little bit long again. Sorry about that. Next time it'll be short, promise. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!